In this video, we're going to talk about expected counts versus observed counts. So observed counts is basically an experiment or survey where you collect data. Expected counts is what we expect should happen. So for example, if you were going to flip a coin, oh gosh, yep, we're going back to that, 50 times, and let's say that we actually recorded it. Okay, so let's have a heads column, a tails column, and let's say, so I'm going to write OBS for observed. Okay, let's say that we actually flipped the coin 50 times, and I got 32 heads and 18 tails, when all was said and done. Okay, so this is my observed counts from a survey or an experiment. All right, what should we expect to happen? That's what expected counts are saying. All right, so I'm going to write expected. And assuming it's a fair coin, we expect half heads and half tails. So 50, if I split that in half, I would expect 25 heads and 25 tails. All right, now, the goal of Chapter 10 is to see if these differences are normal, like not unusual, or if these differences are weird. Okay, so we're going to have a hypothesis test process in order to do that. But before we get there, we need to keep kind of playing with this idea of expected counts. Okay, let's say that I rolled a die. Okay, and when we roll a die, we have sides 1 through 6. Okay, and let's say that in my observed, sorry, I'm laughing at my lines aren't very straight. Let's say that in my observed, I got, let's see, how about I got 5 ones, 12 twos, 3 threes, let's see, 7, 4, and 9. All right, let's see, how many did I do? So 5, 12, 3, so that would be 20. And then another 20. So I rolled the die 40 times. Whew, sorry that was painful, but there we go. That's what happens when you make up data on the spot. Okay, so let's say that I went ahead and I rolled a die 40 times, and these are results that I got. Okay, what would we expect? Well, I'd expect, assuming that nothing weird is going on my die, approximately equal number of 1, 2, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. So what we would do is we would want to fair share that 40 between 6 groups. So if I take 40 divided by 6, we're going to get a funky number. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to get 6.6 repeating. Okay. Now, that feels weird. Like, how can I have just part of a roll of a die? Like, when I roll the die, how could I have 6.6 5s or 6.6 4s? But go ahead and just keep it with the decimal and everything, because what we're doing here is we're just saying what should be expected so that we can see how strange these numbers are in comparison to one another. So when I look at these numbers, do we see anything weird? Okay, so what I mean is 5's pretty close to this, 7's pretty close, 4, meh, 9, meh, 3 and 12 are definitely a bit further away. So what we are curious about is, are these odd enough, strange enough, to mean that something's going on with my die? All right. That is our first video on expected counts. The second one will be on two-way tables.